Hey friends, this is Coach Tanisha Marie. Welcome to my channel. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like, share. Hit the notification bell for updates on more upcoming videos. So I'm in the grocery store, and literally everything is up. Everything is literally up. I'm about to get some bananas. Everything is up. So a recession and inflation only hurts the poor and middle class. The rich and the wealthy actually get richer and wealthier in inflation and a recession. So this is why I'm always talking about building wealth, right? Some people feel like, oh, it's too late for us to build wealth, right? And it truly isn't, right? It truly, truly isn't, because we're already 450 years behind. So we're already at the bottom. So we got to go to the top now, right? We're already at the bottom. So we got, hey, how are you? We got to go to the top, right? And in order to do that, right? In order to do that, we have to understand how wealth is built. So I listened to this Jewish guy, and he basically said that the black community and the Jewish community are basically the same. I mean, he was just basically saying that, we're the same. We both cultures suffered from prosecution. Both cultures suffered from another culture, doing bad to them. Look at this. $7.99. These used to be $2.99. $7.99. It's fucking strawberries. So they said that basically we're the same. He said, except, this is the difference now. He said, no, difference with Jewish and black is that Jewish people, instead of letting their pain separate them, they allowed their pain to bring them together. So he said, black people, we allowed our pain to separate us, which is 100% spot on, right? So he said, Jewish people decided to support one another. Jewish people decided to be there for one another. Jewish people decided to do more for each other. Jewish people also decided to rest on the Sabbath, which is from Friday to Saturday, so they can get their mind right, so they can think better, so they can, be more productive. He said, and black people don't take time off to rest. And he said, over the years, centuries, it got worse off for black people, right? He said it got worse off for black people. So I'm getting some pineapples. I'm getting some pineapples and some bananas. My daughter, she wants to cook some Alfredo when we're going. I'm going to Cabo with my husband. So he said they decided to support each other and not tear each other down. And it made me think, because I'm like, that's true. And then he said over the time, right, over the years, it got worse for black people because we just started separating ourselves more and more and more and more and more. And as the next generation came, and the next generation came, and the next generation came, we just taught them how to be more separated from their own culture. He said Jewish people, we teach the next generation to be closer, to care for, to make sure things are in place for the next generation. I'm gonna get one of these waters. Supposed to be some alkaline water. So he said that Jewish people actually love black people. Well, for him, he said he loves black people. He has black friends. He works with black people. He hangs out with black people. He goes out for drinks. And I started thinking, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe more to his damn story, but I feel like Jewish people run the world, right? Even from the politicians. A lot of the politicians are Jewish, right? So even though we may have went through the same things, bro, we not the same, right? Black people, well, black women and black men and black boys get treated the worst in America and around the world, right? But he's right about one thing. We don't come together. We don't support each other. He said that if his sister, they already got 2023 shit out. Ain't this something? 2023. Well, are you ready for 2023? Horns and shit. He said his sister started a business 10 years ago. And he said the product wasn't perfect. Her pricing was ridiculous. But being that they support each other so much, they didn't care that her prices was overpriced. They didn't care that her product wasn't perfected. It's a simple fact that my sister started a business and she needs business. So the whole family got together, and then she had friends and their whole family got together, which helped her make 6 figures on a launch, just from them supporting one another. And I feel like black people, we can do that too, right? I start something, I should have all my friends at my house. I should have all my family at my house buying stuff and then posting it and then telling other people too, right? And then he also said about resting. You know, Jewish people take Friday to Saturday to rest. No emails, no TV, no no socialization. He said just prayer. Hold on. He just said prayer. He said prayer and rest. And black people, when do we rest? Everybody always grinding. Gotta get to the money. 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 Right? Grind. Sleep when I'm dead. Like, and black people have the most heart attacks, heart diseases, kidney problems, high blood pressure, heart failure, migraines, constipation than everybody else, unfortunately. So even though, we may have been through persecution like the Jewish people, but we never got to be together and stay together, right? Even in slavery, right? See, before slavery, we are Israelites. Black people, believe it or not, if you guys watch that Hebrews to Negroes, right? We are Israelites. Black people are the Jews, like, right? But the world has changed it to like a class system. The world has changed it to like a class system. So if you Jewish, you're supposed to be dominant, right? If you Jewish, you're supposed to be dominant. And if you black, you're supposed to be at the bottom of the totem pole. So they made it a class system. And then when our children grow up, since we're not educated, we can't educate our kids either. So the education that the kids end up having is social media. And social media has nothing but a bunch of false information. Literally. A bunch of false information. Okay? Literally. So Jewish people, you know, I mean, and I know this from even when I had a job. Like, they sit down and they have meetings, family meetings, on how they're moving forward, how they protecting their money, how they're protecting themselves, you know, how they gonna have ammunition, where's the guns, where's the weapons, you know, how we gonna keep the money coming in, how we gonna acquire this real estate, how we gonna start this new business. And they have plans, right? Plans, right? Remember, I had an attorney, and he was Jewish, and his son was like 10. And I went into his office, and his son was there. He was like, yeah, I'm training my son so he could be a lawyer. So they start training 5, 10 years old. They start training their kids at 5 and 10 years old. We don't ever start training our kids on nothing. So for me, that's why I'm breaking the chains. So that's why I do something called Wealth Talk with my kids. I've been doing Wealth Talk for, I'm gonna say, about 4 years, 5 years now. Every month, I sit down with my kids. I talk about health. I talk about money. I talk about love. I talk about happiness. I talk about womanhood, all that stuff. Because again, that's not taught in school. That's not taught on Instagram. That's not taught in society. And the stuff that Jewish people teach their children is not taught in society. It's not taught on Instagram, right? But see, Jewish people also have their own schools. They got their own grocery stores. They got their own banks. They got their own hospitals, schools, churches. They got all that. So they're economically sound. They're economically sound. So these used to be 3 something. Now this shit is 7 something. So they're economically sound. Okay? They're economically sound. And the black community is not economically sound. Now, we do have some type of economics, right? But it's not towards each other. And if we do support one another, it's not enough. It's just not enough. So, I agree with the man at some point. I agree that they came together and we just separated, you know, but we're not the same. We're not the same. They have a lot of power. They have a lot of economic power, and black people have no economic power. And we can get there. You know, we can get there. You know, and Dr. Umar was saying that all black men, he said that all black men should be entrepreneurs. You know, the whole Kyrie Irving and the whole Kanye West thing. He's saying that they should be entrepreneurs so they can say what they want to say. But then it's like, all right, well, Kyrie said what he wanted to say or did what he wanted to do, and he still was condemned. Right? But, excuse me. But I feel like if we start within our own families, like I'm starting with my girls and my husband, and my husband too. We sit down once a month. We talk about our finances. We talk about us. We talk about our marriage. Where's our marriage going? What's a deal breaker in our marriage? You know, how can we communicate better? You know, shit that nobody do, right? My mom, she's a lost case. She was never, you know, she was married, got a divorce, and then never was, you know, found love again. So when you never found love again, you become bitter. You know, that hole in your heart becomes bitter. So my mom is like bitter towards me because I don't want to be single and miserable and bitter like her. So my mom is not an example, right? Then my aunts, they not examples either because they've been married, divorced 10,000 times, and they, you know, still living with grandma, and they ain't no fucking role models. Uncles is gay. They not no fucking role models for me. The fuck? They damn sure ain't no role models for my kids. So I have to be the one, you know, and everybody should start, and everybody has opportunity to start looking inward and saying, how has my family helped me? I asked my aunt that the other day. How have you really helped me, lady? That's what I asked her. How have you really helped me? So we got to start looking introspect, right? Our family, see what they didn't do, what they did wrong, and what they ain't doing. And then now you do it in your immediate family, your children, your spouses, right? Your nieces and your nephews, right? Because if there's no role model, then what do you have as a blueprint to follow? Like, I don't have a blueprint. Yeah, my blueprint's supposed to be, I'm supposed to be fat, like my mom. I'm supposed to be broke. I'm supposed to be bitter. I'm supposed to be messed up. I'm supposed to be unhealed. I'm supposed to, not have. I'm supposed to be scamming and scheming and conniving like my aunt, right? That's what they do, right? So that's the blueprint for me. So I got to create a whole nother blueprint. If I want my kids scheming and scamming, being fat and broke and single at 65 and, you know what I'm saying, being bitter and not knowing what they're trying to do and where they going, nah. So I got to create that. That's why I'm so happy and grateful I became an entrepreneur. Now I can create my own money. I can create my own time. I can spend more time with my kids and really genuinely spend time with them to be able to help them. Really genuinely spend time with my children, right? Not just spending time with them for the sake of spending time with them, right? Not just spending time just for the sake of spending time. Actually spending time with my girls, telling my girls I really love them, showing them love, showing what it looks like, me and my husband being together, even though, yes, being married ain't fucking easy. I don't know who the fuck said that. But at least they get to see a marriage or a successful marriage. I didn't see a successful marriage. Shit, I didn't even see a successful relationship. My mom never was in a successful relationship. Aunt never in a successful relationship. Grandmother never in a successful relationship. So it's like, if you never seen that, then you got to learn how to create that, right? So I'm happy that I'm creating that, right? But we have a long way to go. And we could keep saying, oh, we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. But it's like, when do we start? So I would suggest you guys start looking within. Look at your mother, habits that she had. Look at your father, your grandfather, your aunts, your uncles. Look at them, because that's your family. That's the blueprint. See what they have done, right? And if it's not what you want, then you got to go now find a blueprint so that your children and the next generation can be able to be better and grow. And then we can start to amend, right? Amend our culture like the Jewish people do and really start caring and giving a fuck. Because like the guy said, they teach their children, right, to care for their family and to keep caring. We don't teach no morals. We don't teach any values. We don't teach any principles. So it's a free-for-all. You got men 60 years old still living with their mothers, single. Mothers is 80 years old. They never was married, single. Men over 35 still single. They think they mom is they wives, right? And now men got many different baby mothers, can't take care of them. More black cases in court, for child support. It's like ridiculous. It's like we dominate everything that's negative, but we could turn that around. Even with this whole Kyrie situation, it's about chastising the black man. It's about hanging the black man and making an example out of him. And all he did was post a link. He didn't even say shit. All he did was post a link, bro. And now they chastising him. He got to go before the master and say sorry and all this other shit. I feel, Kyrie, that you should retire and say fuck the whole industry, and go take care of you and your family, and go start you your own sneaker line, go start you your own sock line, go start you your own clothing line, and go live your life the way you want to live your motherfucking life. And then hopefully more of entertainers and celebrities will follow, right? More of that, because in the Jewish community, you don't hear them saying, oh, I'm gonna fuck this nigga up, fuck that, I'm gonna kill this nigga, these my ops, I'm about to, you know what I'm saying, go get some money from my op. Like, nah, they ain't saying all that shit. They ain't saying all that shit, right? They not, right? They not, right? So the entertainers, we're killing each other, right? The system is killing us, we're killing each other. So when does it stop? When does it stop, right? So we got to get better, friends. And I'm telling you, start within your family, man. Start within your family, your kids and your spouse. That's your immediate family. Start with them, okay? Start with them. Start teaching them, right? A blueprint, but you got to get a blueprint for yourself, right? You got to know where you're going first before you even start talking about creating a blueprint for they could follow. Right? That's why I train people on money. I train people on e-commerce. That's why I train people on understanding, right? Because I've learned some things. I've been able to generate $3 million from a fucking computer, right? So at the end of the day, friends, if not now, then when? And if it's not going to be you that's going to help your family move forward, don't depend on the government, don't depend on the president, don't depend on the Jewish person, don't depend on nobody to do shit for your family if you ain't doing shit for them. Make sure you share this with at least 5 people. If you're donating, you know, I got the heart that you can donate, or I got my Cash App, you can Cash App to continue supporting the channel. You know, being a YouTuber is not easy, right? People think, oh, you just turn the computer. Nah, it's not easy. Right? You got to monetize it. I got to pay people to monetize, you know, my videos. It ain't easy, right? But at the end of the day, guys, guess what? We are the greatest culture on the freaking planet. Black people, right? We are the greatest culture on the planet. Believe that shit, okay? That's why they come up with all these programs and all this shit to keep us suppressed, right? Why do you think that, right? Why do you think that? Why do you think they only teach slavery in schools? Because they want you to think you was a slave. We come from kings and queens and royalties. We come from villages. We come from the king was taking care of everybody. The queen was making sure everybody was nurtured. We come from royalty. We come from gold and riches, right? We come from everything. Africa, right? Why you think they invading Africa, trying to take everything Africa got? So we got to wake up, friends. I'm telling you, it's only getting worse for us if we do not do anything to get better, right? And I'm not saying, oh, the whole culture is about to change, but you could change within your family. If you used to buying Jordans for your kid and PlayStations and bullshit and you broke after, stop doing that. Your badass kids don't deserve shit half the fucking time anyway. So it's up to us, for real. It truly is, and I'm in the grocery store. Let me go, because I got cobble to go. I got to get my nails on. You know, I usually have nails. Shit, I need my nails on. But it's up to us, friends. I love you guys. Keep supporting me. I'm going to keep dropping knowledge. If you guys want to learn how to drop shit, make an extra $10,000 part-time with eBay, Amazon, go to createmyown.economy.com. I got a free ebook that you can read. Workwithtanisha.com. Guess what, guys? It's up to us. It's up to us. It's up to us, friends. And we got to get shit done now. See you guys on the next video.